Most men have had the moment, the wake up call, the conversation that broke something open, the conviction that things have to change. They mean it, and for a while, they actually do change things. And then life happens, and the old pattern quietly starts crawling back in. And here's what it looks like: you're more present for a while, you're more intentional, more aware, you put the phone down more, you listen better, you protect time better. Then something urgent shows up, and you start sliding back in. That's what makes this so dangerous. Relapse doesn't feel like failure. It feels like responsibility, feels like leadership. It feels like you're doing something that needs to be done. So you don't recognize the drift when it finally starts happening at the beginning. It usually starts small. One message, one fire, one deal, one urgent issue. Just this once. No giant collapse, but it's a quiet re-entry into the same pattern that you swore you were done with. This is the part that most men never prepare for. Conviction is real. Emotion is real. The desire to change is real. But if the structure doesn't change, life will pull you back into the same rhythm every single time. So you check your phone a little more. You step back into the discussion that you'd step out of. You start to rescue again. You stop protecting moments that you promised to protect. And little by little, you begin rebuilding the exact same life that you said you didn't want. Your family notices before you do, not dramatically, in small shifts. A little less presence, a little more distraction, a little more emotional distance. That's the part which hurts so much because they've seen this version of you before. That's the hard truth. And when you drift back, they're often not shocked. They were just waiting to see whether the change would actually hold. And that's why the relapse hurts more than most men realize. It doesn't just create distance, it confirms doubt. And most men don't lose because they lack sincerity. They lose because they didn't prepare for the moment that work would pull them back in. They made an emotional decision, but not a structural one. And structure is what holds when the pressure rises. So the old version of you doesn't vanish overnight. The rescuer, the solver, the man who knows he can just jump in and fix everything faster than everybody else. That version is still there. Now, the difference now isn't perfection, it's awareness. The goal isn't to never drift. The goal is to come back faster every time you do. And that's what maturity looks like here. Not pretending relapse will never happen, recognizing it's early and interrupting it before it becomes a pattern again. There's one question that matters the most in the moment. What am I choosing right now? Not what I intend, not what I said last week, not what I believe in theory, but what am I choosing right now? That question forces clarity. The question works because it breaks autopilot. It exposes the drift. It turns vague feelings into a real choice. And once it becomes a real choice, you can interrupt it. Now, if you don't like the answer, change it right there. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after this one thing gets done. Right there. Put the phone down, walk away from the unfinished thing, delay the response, return to the moment you're actually in. That's how the new life gets reinforced. Repair fast means you notice the drift quickly. You own it without defending. You return, you reconnect. No long shame spiral, no pretending it didn't happen, no waiting 3 days to act like it was nothing. At the end of the day, ask two questions. Where did I drift today? Where did I stay present? No judgment, just awareness. The daily review keeps the small drift from becoming a normal pattern. So you got to know your triggers. Is it urgency, opportunity, stress, exhaustion, uncertainty, fear? Those are the moments where the old life tries to recruit you back in. And if you know your triggers, you can prepare for them. So don't wait until you're in the moment. Pre-decide. When this happens, I will do this. When the message hits during dinner, I will ignore it. When the urgent ping comes during bedtime, I will wait. When I feel the pull to rescue, I will pause first. That's how you stop negotiating in real time. So you want to run a 7-day relapse interrupt. Day 1, name your triggers. Day 2, pre-decide your response. Day 3, catch one moment of drift live. Day 4, repair it fast. Day 5, ask the question in real time. Day 6, review the day honestly. And day 7, repeat what worked. This is what matters. The old life comes back in small drift. The new life gets built in small returns. That's why these moments matter so much, not because they look dramatic, but because they're cumulative. If this feels personal, don't leave it as a passing conviction. Get the book. It's called Before They Stop Asking, and it will help make this shift real. So start at beforetheystopasking.com/book. The link will also be in the description. In the next video, we're going to move into structure, how to build a life and business that stops pulling you in the first place. I'll see you on the next video.